Before you get your paycheck, when you was at your job, and they said you're gonna make this amount per year, and then you got that gross pay, and then you hit that net. Anyone went there before? Like, this is the main reason why. Now, the second third of that money, of that $1 million, goes to debt. Someone is stealing your money. You just don't see it. White collar crime. Think about it for a minute. What's the definition of theft? Taking something is not what? Yours. The interest on the credit card, was it theirs originally? No. So they're stealing. The interest on your mortgage, was it theirs originally? No. So guess what they're doing? Stealing. Right in front of your eyes. Wow. Now, the third challenge is debt. Between the age of 18 and 30, the average American goes into about $200,000 worth of debt. Now, like, how does that happen? Plain and simple. I told you I did what my mom told me to do. I went to high school. My mom didn't have a lot of money, but she said, Kevin, go where? College. So I went to college, but guess what I had to get first? Student loans. No. The job came after I realized the loans. But no, you're right. I did have a job too. I got the job, but then I went and got student loans. Got the student loans. So that's the first debt. Then I went straight from the student loan office, and they have something called credit cards that they make you believe are free. When you're in college, you don't know any better. It's like free money. They give you the bags, the cups, the hats. You seen that before on the college campus?
Yeah, I see.
So then I went from that straight to credit cards, which is more what? Debt. And then, when you graduate from college, you have like this high, like you just get high on life, and you can take over the world, and you got like this new found respect for yourself. Anyone been through that before? They should tell you about that, because then you go and get a new house, which is more what? Debt. That's number 3. The last and final one that I went through, I went out. Originally, I had a car that was paid for, but when I graduated college, I went and got a brand new what? Car that wasn't paid for, which is more what? Debt. Before most people turn 30, they have over $200,000 in debt. You just don't think about it. You don't think about your mortgage being debt. Most people call it ownership, but really think about it for a minute. You really renting, because if you miss 2 or 3 payments, they come to get it. They come to get it. But see, they trick you. They trick you with words. They tell you own the home, but if you don't pay the bills, they come to get the house. So you lifestyle, but you call it ownership. That makes sense? Everyone with me so far? Yeah. I don't want to beat you with words. I want to tell you the truth about what's going on. And this is the final thing: financial literacy. We would not have these other 3 challenges if we took care of this 4th one. See, if my parents taught me when I was young about finances, I wouldn't have those challenges. I wouldn't get beat with words. So what we teach in my is how to overcome these 4 challenges. The first solution is to minimize your taxes. You have to get money back from family. And we're going to show you where he tells you, please get your money back. He tells you, point this back. The second solution is to eliminate debt. Pay off the people that's stealing your money. A whole lot faster. We teach the average person to pay off their debt in 3 to 9 years. All of it. Student loans, mortgages, credit cards, car notes, all of them. And the last solution is to teach you about investment education. The only way you can face inflation and debt is through investing. And we're going to show you that as well. With that being said, before we can shift your money, we have to shift your mind. See, money doesn't start in your hand. Money starts in your head. But many people get confused like, well, if I just make a little bit more money, I'll be fine. But if I give a person who's uneducated $1 million, what they going to do? Spend. The average person that got this big lottery going on, they'll be broke in 5 years. That's the average. They broke in 5 years. Have you ever heard of people winning $10 million and in 5 years they got 0? Go look it up. It's like a big thing going on where people win a lottery and they go broke. It happens. It starts in your head. So let's keep going. So first we have to understand the difference between what's an asset and a liability. Anyone know what an asset is? Don't be afraid. I'm not going to bite you. Anyone know what an asset is? Something that makes you money. Great definition. We're going to make it simple today. An asset makes you money. So if an asset makes you money, what does a liability do?
Take money.
Take money out of your pocket. This is the thing. This guy's name is Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki, anyone heard of him before? Real estate guru, matter of fact, very wealthy. But he wrote this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. In this book, he says that rich people teach their children to invest or buy assets. Middle class, they teach their children to buy liabilities, and they call them assets. And then poor people, they teach their children to buy stuff. The reason why people win the lottery and go broke is because they have a poor mindset. And they buy a whole bunch of stuff. So with that being said, in his book as well, he said what the rich teach their children about money that the poor middle class don't. Now, this next thing I'm going to show you, Robert Kiyosaki said this. Kevin didn't say it. I'm just a messenger, okay? Robert Kiyosaki said that your home is a liability. The home you live in is a liability if you're paying a mortgage. Or if you're renting, because it's doing what? It's taking money out of your pocket. Now, I want to be clear on this. We're not telling you not to have a home. We're just telling you not to call the cat out. Call the cat. To do something about it. So, we looked up these two definitions. It's called a cash flow asset and an equity asset. A cash flow asset is something that brings you money in right now. It's cash flow. An equity asset is something you hope will make you money when? Later. When you buy your home, your banker says what? You're going to invest in this home, and then after some years, it's going to do what? Appreciate or make you some more what? Money. That's what they tell you. But what happened in 2008? Anyone remember? The housing market crashed. That's what they do with hope. They give you hope that it's going to make you money later. But here's the thing: in most cases, people's homes don't appreciate because of it being an equity asset. Because it goes up and down. It's called paper money. It looks good on what? Paper. Y'all got it? All right. So what we teach you in my econ is turn your home into a cash flow asset right now. Turn it into a have your home make you money whether you're renting or you're buying your home, renting or buying your home. We teach you how to do that. Now, let's look at this. With that being said, we have to understand this first: that there's only two sets of tax laws in America. One for the employee and one for the business owner. That's it. Everyone got it?
Got it. All
right, good. All right, now with those two different tax systems, what you have to understand is this: there's three different ways you choose to get paid. The first and most popular way people choose to get paid is as an employee. You get almost 18,000 hours of training to be an employee. Think about this for a minute. When you're in school, they tell you to go to school at what time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. What time you got to be at work normally? It's called a 9 to 5. Right? You got an hour to drive to work, get there at 9, and then when you're in school, they tell you to go to lunch when? 12 o'clock. What time you go to lunch at work? Around 12. Y'all follow me? Yeah. So then, once you go to lunch around 12, when you're in high school, you get out of high school around what time? 3 or 4 o'clock? Mm-hmm. What time you normally start winding down at work? 3 or 4 o'clock. 18,000 hours of being trained to be an employee. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a job. I'm just telling you how the system works and what they're training you to do. Now, you can also choose to get paid as a business owner. Then you have a choice. And then finally, as an investor. So let me tell you the three different mindsets how they think. An employee is going to pay the highest taxes, 28-33%. Most people looking like, well, I don't really see that. FICA, Medicare, state, federal, first, before you see your money. Y'all got it? A business owner is going to pay between 18 and 23, and that's the net effect. And most business owners in the room understand this. They understand that you get losses and things like that. And then finally, an investor is going to pay give or take 10%, depending on what you're investing in. Which side would you want to be on? Investing. Well, let me show you what the mindset that's keeping you from being on that side. The employee mindset. I'm going to pay my taxes when? First. Then I'm going to pay my bills. Then I'm going to pay who? Myself. Last. See, you do the work, but you decide to pay yourself when? Last. Most people do this though, because they say, I do the work, I deserve to get paid first. They switch the you and the bills up, and then they get what's called overdraft fees. Overdraft fees, it's a $30 billion industry. Last year they made $30 billion. And then they got lawsuits on top of that for having unfair practices with overdraft fees. You swipe your card for a piece of candy that costs $1, they charge you $36. You swipe your card for 25 cents, they charge you what? $36. Y'all follow me? Overdraft fees. Now, a business owner's mindset is this. I'm going to pay myself first, then I'm going to pay my what? Bills, then I pay who last? Taxes. Y'all follow me so far? So here in my econ, we don't tell you to quit your job. We say keep your job, but funnel it through a home-based business over to the investment side. So you can have your money make money. See, you're not really making money until you're making money when you sleep. Because I want to make money when I'm asleep, so I have to do a whole bunch of work. Because I can't work the rest of my life. I just can't. So let's look at this for a minute, because I want y'all to understand this. There's no difference in the government's eyes between big business and home-based business. It's still a what? Business. So you qualify for the same deductions as McDonald's. Think about this. McDonald's has light, water, gas, employees, things like that. As a matter of fact, we teach you how to turn your children into employees. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But all we teach you to do is take the home-based business and put it inside of your home. Take the McDonald's concept and put it inside of your home so you can turn your regular everyday expenses into business deductions. Are y'all following me? All right. So the mortgage, the internet, the vacations, the cell phone, the utilities, business miles, dining. Wealthy people have been doing this for years, but they haven't been telling a whole bunch of people. So we just telling you the secret. It's really not a secret. It's just the tax law. We just understand the employee tax laws because that's where we mostly are. We're trained to be employees. So with that being said, we teach you Rock Your Lifestyle. Now this is called income shifting. Income shifting is taking your everyday regular bills and turning them into tax deductions. All done legally. All right. All right, let's keep going. So let's say, for instance, you're my econ business. It costs you $50 a month. That's a yearly savings of $600. Let's look at children. Earlier, I was talking to Betty in the back, and you'll see her in a minute. And I had a daughter help me with something. She said, make sure you do it because you get paid for doing this. McDonald's has employees, right? So we teach you to turn your children into employees. They work in your home. They clean up anyway. They clean up your home office. They cut the grass anyway. They cut the grass in the home office. Are y'all following me? They wash the car anyway. Now they're washing the company car.
Wow.
All right. So let's say, for instance, you paid them $2,400 a year. You can get up to $6,300 and you get a tax deduction. Now let's look at home internet. Let's say $75 a month. I think you're talking about internet with AT&T. How much is the internet bill?
I want to say my internet is actually not through AT&T, but my cell phone stuff is through AT&T. So my cell phone bill runs around $270.
Good, okay. Thank you. So the internet, let's say for instance $900. That's another tax deduction. Cell phone, like she just said, cell phone bill. Let's say you pay $100 a month. We being generous. She said it was $270 and it says $100. That's yearly savings of $1,020. Now these are just general numbers. All right. Let's look at travel and lodging. Going on vacation. You're gonna go on vacation anyway. Might as well turn to a business trip. That's a yearly savings of $3,100. Let's look at dining. Going out to eat. That's yearly savings of $1,000. I eat more than $1,000 a year, but I'm just using low numbers right now. Entertainment. Let's say, for instance, right now, you are, what was it like? Is it Super Bowl season coming up? Yeah. The Super Bowl coming up. Let's say, for instance, you decide to go to a Super Bowl party at your home. And at halftime, you stood up and you said, hey, everyone, I'm teaching people a strategy called income shifting. I need you to write your name and number down, and I'll talk to you about it later. Then you just conduct business?
Yeah.
Can that Super Bowl party be a tax deduction? Right. Are y'all following this so far? They've been doing this for years. Because, see, Pete did it in the big movie stars and stuff. They don't have like Ciroc parties or parties for fun. They have the tax deduction parties. I'm telling you, he said that's why they're doing all the parties. Yeah, they promote their product.
Basically,
It's a tax write-off. You got it. You got it. Y'all follow me. So let's look at car miles. You gonna drive anyway. Who all drove to get here? She drove. You drove her anyway. The government pays you 57 cents per mile. Let's say it's 10,000 business miles. That's $5,700. Now let me help this make sense because I didn't get this at first when I seen it. Let's say, who has family in Texas? Anyone? Okay, you got some. Okay, a lot of people got family. Almost everybody got family in Texas, right? Let's say, for instance, what's your name? I can't see. They from there. Portia. You got family in Texas, Portia? Let's say Portia decided to go to Texas to visit her son.
Well, I just signed it.
Let's say she went to Texas to visit her son. Now, let me explain this. She probably gonna drive, right? So she drives her car. Now, while she's there, she stays in a hotel and tells the front counter clerk that, hey, I teach a strategy called income shifting. Give her car and say, you should give me a call, and she gets her number. Did she just do business? Now, while she went on that card, she has her cell phone number, right? So y'all see how the cell phone is a tax deduction. Then she decided, well, I'm gonna go out to eat a few times and go to the movies. Y'all see how this is a tax deduction? Are y'all following me?
Right.
Now, can she help that her son live in Texas? Can't help it. They've been doing this for years. We teach you how to do it legally. We give you everything you need, and you have a team. Let's say, for instance, that's a total of $16,000 a year. Write that number down. 16,000. You're gonna need 16,000. Now, this is very, very modest. This is very, very low for some people. They have their own business. As a business owner, you get over 450 deductions. As a regular employee, you get about 8 to 10 itemizations. Anyone itemized before? Anyone try to give? There's nothing wrong with giving. I mean, let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with giving offering. But anyone try to give enough offering to itemize it? Sometimes you can't give enough. I know I do this time. I'm a preacher's kid, so I understand the gift. So let's look at this for a minute. Let's keep going. So this is actually my story. This happened to me. I need someone to take out a piece of paper for me and read for me. The package you got. If you have this, it's from the IRS. See, we can't make this stuff up. Hey, Ron, can you get another one of these packages for? Okay, so, okay. You won't have that. All right. Are you gonna hold me? All right. So on the front of that piece of paper, it's from the IRS. It says, "Where does your refund come from?" You see that? Right up under the bullets. Okay, I need to read that for you.
It comes from your wallet or purse. You tell your employer how much you withhold from your paycheck, or you make an estimated tax payment for the average refund that's about $40 a week.
All right. Well, if you didn't hear, it says, "Where does your refund come from?" Right. All right. Where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse. Can you read that one more time, please?
It comes from your wallet or purse. You tell your employer how much you withhold from your paycheck, or you make an estimated tax payment for the average refund that's about $40 a week.
All right. So I want y'all to understand this because I went to UCLA, got my undergraduate degree in business, marketing, and management. It was not in English. So I had to speak to an English major and ask them what the word refund meant. I didn't quite get it. So, refund. Re means again, and fund means money. They're giving your money away. Again, whose money is it? It's not yours. Why is it that around this time of year, I can speak for me, back in the day, I used to jump around and be happy and do backflips and cartwheels and all that kind of stuff, but get whose money back? It's your own money. It's already yours. She said the average refund, or average weekly amount is $40 a week too much that you've given to the government. Up under the next paragraph, it says that you will be better off using the money to put into savings or paying off debts. Pretty much, that's what they're telling you. So the government is saying, keep your money, but most people give it to where? To them. On your W-4 form, 80 to 90% of people have filled that wrong. I mean, they have high school W-4s. They haven't changed since when? High school.
High school.
Who did this? Who mom told them this? Father. Put a 01 on there because I don't want you getting in trouble with the government. Anyone told you that before? So we don't read the form. And the government makes it to where you don't read the form. Let's see it real quick. Look how small this is. They don't want you to read it. Backside. They didn't even know it's pages form. It's 2 pages. But they don't want you to read it. So here's the thing. In my econ, we teach you to go back, look at your W-4 form, and get your money back. It's your money. That's about $200 to $800 back in your pocket within the next 30 to 60 days if you're working a job. Now, don't take that money and blow it. Take that money and pay off some debt or invest it. Imagine sending your mortgage company an extra $800 a month. Think how fast it's going to be paid off. Imagine sending that much to the credit card bills or to your car note. We got people in the room right now who's paid off their credit like a year or 2 early from using the strategy. See, they have a strategy to get money. You have to have a strategy to do what? Keep your money. So let me show you this, what happened to me. If you flip that form over, it's going to show the second page. There you go. That's it. Now, I used to work for the government. If you were not in the room earlier, I worked for Social Security Administration for many years. And while I was there, my first year doing my econ, I almost did nothing. I was horrible. I used to hand out business cards and run away. I was bad. I was not good at all. But because I had a business, my first year doing this, I earned $48,000 in my job. Now, for all the people who do taxes in the room, we understand this is a progressive tax system. The accountants in the room, we understand this is a progressive tax system. I'm going to make these numbers simple today so people can understand, okay? All right, so at $48,000, what tax am I in? I'm single with no children. 25%. Y'all got it? Okay, 25%. Single, no children. I have a son, but I didn't carry him. So 25%, that means I have to pay $12,000. It's just federal. Anyone see this shit? They probably taking out a little bit of time, and that's how they do it. They take out a little bit of time so you won't really recognize it. Well, because we live in the United States Corporation of America, they give you a break. At the bottom of that form, what is my standard deduction? $6,300. Yeah, $6,300. And you also get something called a personal exemption. Everyone's here at the bottom. For being in America, you get a personal exemption. It's about $40,000. So let's say it's about $10,000. So we take $10,000 directly off of $48,000. Now my taxable income is $30,000. What tax rate am I in now? 25%. So I just moved sideways. I moved sideways. 25%, which means I have to pay in $9,500. Now that's around what I owe. Now, for simply a home-based business or starting a business, I'm able to take advantage of anyway bills. I'm gonna go out to eat anyway. I'm gonna go travel anyway. Anyway bills turn into a tax deduction that comes directly off of your tax income. So the $16,000 comes off of here. Damn. Now you drop your tax rates. This is why Warren Buffett pays less taxes percentage-wise than taxation. This is how when what was the last presidential race before? It was Obama and Mitt Romney. This is why when Mitt Romney was talking about how much he paid in taxes, Obama didn't say nothing. Because Obama has a business too. Understand that they understand the tax game. He didn't say a word. Because he writes books. Anyone have seen on his book? That's a business. So now he dropping tax brackets too. There's nothing wrong with doing this. You just have to be taught how to do it. He would do it every day. So now if I drop my tax income, or she said dropping tax brackets, like I said, I lower my tax rate, which lowers my what? Taxes. Anyone see this strategy? Are you doing your money? That being said, my state refund was around $1,800. That's most people's federal, right? Now this is my first year. I apologize, I needed. I was horrible. I was bad. Now, my federal refund was $6,200. I cash flowed that in a year, $6,200. Let me explain it real quick. No children. No children. And then you have the people that say, well, you're going to have to pay in at the end if you change it to, from 0 to 5 or 6. Anyone heard that before? Yeah, I hear that. I used to hear it. I don't hear it no more. Now I just be like, I don't hear it. So the $6,200 during the year, when I adjusted my W-4 form, I get an additional $450 in my paycheck like that per month. $450 per month. What could you do with that $4 per month? After that. Then this is why I don't listen to people anymore, because it's the difference between information, knowledge, and wisdom. That's a whole other discussion. But most people just give you information. They be like, I heard this from this person, and this person told me this, and this person told me this. They're just telling you, what they call it? A gossip. The gossip. So, because I didn't listen to the gossip, at the end of the year, when I filed my taxes, guess what I got? A refund. On top of my $450 a month. See, I don't listen to people who gossip anymore. I listen to people who have wisdom. Mr. Charles Thomas, who's been doing this for 30 years, has wisdom. Mr. Ivy Stokes, who's been doing this for a long time, has wisdom. See, I don't listen to gossip anymore. Everyone follow me so far. So my time is just about up. Just to let y'all know, my first one is I cash flow another $8,000 on my own money. So with that being said, I think we got a gentleman come to the front of the room who's actually an educator. He's been an educator for quite some time. Been doing this for a long time too. He's been doing my econ for about 2 years now. He's cash flow a lot of money. He's helped a lot of people. But what's most important about him is he loves to have fun. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to the front of the room Mr. Marcus Montgomery. I shot him off guard.
Gotta give it another one time for Kevin. Excellent job. As he said, my name is Marcus Montgomery. I'm glad to be here with you all today. Share this real powerful information. I say it's powerful because, I get excited about certain things, but this was something that really got me excited because I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I work in education, so I've been in education for a while. I've been in education for a while. It kind of gets you exposed to various things. I've been working with high school, college, so you get exposed to various types of information, but this information here today is very powerful because it's different and it deals with a financial aspect. A little bit of my background. I grew up in a small town not far from here called El Dorado, Arkansas. Any of you heard of that? El Dorado. I grew up there, so I took the traditional route, the American dream route, graduated from high school, and getting that education going forward. And after I graduated from high school, I wanted to get a little bit more education, so what do you do next? You go where? Go to college. Go to college, got more education, still getting that knowledge. I didn't have quite enough when I got that bachelor's, so I went back again to college and got another degree, got a master's, and got more education. But guess what, y'all? All the education I got, I didn't get the powerful information that we're sharing here with you today, this financial education. Because Kevin said earlier, before you can shift your financial game, before you can shift your finances, you must first shift what? Who remembers what he said? Your mindset. Oh, we got a good group this morning. I'm in the right place. You got to shift your mindset. What we've been doing this morning is sharing things with you that helps you to shift your mindset. Even the slide you see on the screen right now, Uncle Sam. Oftentimes when you meet Uncle Sam, you think Uncle Sam wants you to be in the military. Let's say Uncle Sam wants you to pay what? Less in taxes. See, that's the part of the game that we didn't know. We were always here in the United States, hearing about the American dream, hearing about, like Kevin said, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Mitt Romney, all people in financial moves. We didn't know what it was. Uncle Sam wants us to do that, and we want to share that with you. So what we're going to be doing this morning is take you through things to help you understand a little bit more about that. So, this young man here is Sandy Bach. Sandy Bach is one of my favorite guys. I love reading books, and I love reading his book. I like Sandy him because he's one of those people that said he wanted to make a difference. Everybody said make a difference. Now, Sandy Barker was fine. He was in D.C., he was already a tax attorney. He was working for the IRS. He was a CPA. So he taught the IRS how to go out and get money. He was an attorney. He knew how to litigate those laws. He knew how to dig deep and find all the money and get people, where he wanted them to be and get them to do what he needed to do financially. But he said, you know what? I'm tired of taking people's money. I'm tired of working with the IRS, and I want to be on the other side of the fence. I want to be a part of the solution. So he founded the Tax Reduction Institute. And I don't want to tell you what I'm saying. We can tell you a lot of great things, and we've both been studying, but this is Sandy Bakken, IRS tax attorney. He says that every North American taxpayer who works full-time and does not have a side business could be overpaying tax to the tune of $3,000 to $9,000 a year. Is that a lot of money? We want to do something different. So he's saying to be doing something different. Actually, he wrote a book, and I have this book here. I'm going to get a volunteer from the audience to read just a small little piece of this book. Do I have a volunteer? Ma'am, you right here, if you don't mind. Just read that first little bold heading.
Why you would be brain dead not to start a home-based business if you don't already have one?
Thank you. What's your name? Faith, man. Faith said from Sandy Bakken, why you would be brain dead not to start a home-based business if you don't already have. So that's not me, that's Sandy Bakken saying we need to have a home-based business. Now, I don't know how much it would be worth for you to find out this information. They say, when Kevin started, you could have started the very first slide because I know this information is for me. As you see on the screen, it's only $179 one-time out-of-pocket expense for you to get involved. That's your financial success. What do you get? You get cash flow manager, you get ID defender, you get Legal Club of America, you get tax advice, you get accountants. I know some of those things aren't exactly what you would need. Somebody is saying, wow, I wanted to start up this new year, I wanted to get my tax together. I wanted to start up this new year, I wanted to get my credit together. Anybody, am I on anybody's street in here? So I wanted to understand these things. So you get software, you get a system, you support. Now with that cash flow manager, we'll go a little deeper into it. Cash flow manager is an app that you put on your phone that allows you to hold together your finances, allows you to do it and click up a button. And I know most of us love technology, so we get that software. We get a cash flow strategist, which is basically something to give you a GPS to help you put a plan together of how you will be totally out of debt. Put your plan together of what your financial plan looks like. So you get the support, you get the system, and then you also get the software. Now on the support side, you have a group of people in this room. Like when you came in this room, how many of you all felt warm? You felt well by a show of hands. You felt like I'm in a place where people care about me and they want to help me and see me learn. Well, that's the system that you get. That's what we're all about here with My Econ. So you get $179 out-of-pocket expense, then $34.95 monthly financial success membership to keep all these things going and keep it flowing for you. And it's all tax deductible. Now, we talked about the cash flow manager. I want to ask you all a question. Who knows why businesses get audited? Why does the IRS, what's the number one reason why the IRS audits business? Poor records. They don't have good tax records. They don't have a system in place. But the cash flow manager has solved all that. I told you we had an app on your phone that just between January and April, we're going to have a lot of people going into Jackson. They're going to have that big Nike back receipts. They're going to want to buy and sort through them. Well, Econ has solved that problem, cash flow manager, and now you have the app on your phone, categorize everything you did. You remember Kevin was talking about when you go to Dallas, you go to Texas, you hit the hotel, you get that hotel receipt. You go out to eat, you do like I do. You go to those, because you don't want in Little Rock. You get you some good seafood, you get that receipt, you put it in cash flow manager. And at the end of the year, all your taxes are done, you don't have that shoebox. All you do is press print, email it to your tax preparer, and they love you to death because you're their best. So that's what cash flow manager does for you, and we do in My Econ. Next thing we talked about is the ID defender. Now, you know that every minute of the year, about 7 to 8 identities are being stolen. So we've been here now since about 10 o'clock. So there's several people's identity that has been stolen. We want to do something about that. ID Defender is a part of your system that you get. When you get that $34.99 for your financial system membership, the ID Defender is there to protect you. You know, we don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anything to happen to me. But I'd rather be prepared just in case if something happened. I would rather be prepared in the event that it did. Does everybody feel that way? I know you probably do. So the ID Defender is just there with professional experts that if you do have something happen, you have over $1 million worth of protection and someone you can call. Do you ever see somebody, I know if I ask you to raise your hand, everybody could tell me somebody in your immediate life that has had an impact with ID Defender, am I right? And so they felt frustrated, they felt stressed, they didn't know what to do. But wouldn't it be nice that if it happened to you, you had somebody to call who's an expert who knows how to navigate that system? That's what the ID Defender does for you, just to get you prepared for any event of a rainy day. Now, moving on, we also have other products because we're not a product-driven company. And I want to let you know that. You've seen the strategies that Kevin talked about, and I'm going to go deeper into the strategies. We're not a product-driven company, but we do have things to offer. And it's great this time of year. You know, take things like you see here, Daily Ultimate. That's a health nutrition supplemental product that will help you increase your health. I mean, you think that health is important? And we do too. It may be very important you want to purchase that. You know, the thing about us is, if you purchase this Daily Ultimate, you don't have to go to Walmart and get it, or Walgreens, or Drug Emporium. You can purchase it from yourself and get paid to do it. Everybody say, get paid to do it. Get paid to do it. Everybody start smiling in. Everybody start smiling. See, you can get Daily Ultimate from yourself. Now, those other products up there, radiation protection, balance and focus, pain and sinus, those are what you would call quantum products. There's new technologies that are happening in the world every day. I could date myself, but I remember when the microwave wasn't around. We used to cook popcorn in a skillet. But now, you can cook popcorn in a microwave. No one would dare to think about popping popcorn in the skillet. How dare you, you know? But that was a technology that didn't exist. You probably remember when people had a digital camera and also a cell phone and also something to play your music on. But now we have our phone with the camera inside, with the iPod inside. That's technology that's advancing. So this quantum technology for our health says that radiation protection. Did you know that those young children below the ages of 5 and 6 years old, they're thinner now? Why is that? Because children are using cell phone technologies, and that is impacting them through the radiation. And radiation protection through MyEcon, we offer products that you can put on the back of your phone to block that radiation. And these are just things that maybe they may be interesting to you, maybe someone you know may want these things, but they're available. Balance and focus, pain and sinus. You know, being able to impact your sinus by simply putting a tab behind your ear that decreases those sinus type symptoms. So these are things that we offer. We want to make sure that you know they're available because, you know, some people like to share other information, share products with people that can help them. Anybody here like to help people? That's another thing that we like to do. We like to help people. And so we have products to help you do that. We're talking about the credit counseling, the tax preparation, and all that stuff is all a part of MyEcon. So we have a lot to offer. That's just on the product side. Now, moving forward, we talked about being able to buy things from yourself and get paid to do it. Now, we all know that every month, every week, we have to go out and buy things. Are we going to go out to Best Buy? We're going to go out to Walmart.
Yes.
Are we going to go out to Sam's? Are we going to buy tickets from Priceline because we got to go places, we got to fly, we got to travel? Well, don't you think people would buy that from themselves? Wouldn't you want to, who in here would love to buy that from yourself? We want to shift that thinking that we talked about earlier. That's what the Cashback Mall does for you. You have a mall that you can earn up to 30% back on your price, the things that you're already purchasing. You know, Barnes & Noble, I told you I'm an educator. I buy a lot of books. Walmart. I was in Walmart already this week, so these are things that you can buy from yourself, get paid to do it. We have a few people in the room. Let me see. Let's see here. Betty, I know you're here. Have you ever participated in buying something from yourself from the Cashback Mall?
Yes,
Could
I
you
did.
share a little bit of your experience of what that was like for you?
Well, it's very simple. I just went onto the website and went to Sam's because that's where I bought items from. I just purchased them online, paid for them online, and then you just go to the store, pick them up, go to the little call center, and they have all your stuff ready right there.
So you mean to tell me you purchased it online from yourself, it wasn't fraud, it wasn't a crack, and you actually went down to Sam's and picked it up? And let me ask you one other thing. After you bought that from yourself, did they send you a check?
Not Sam's didn't, but my econ did.
Now that's just living proof that this stuff works. We're not trying to tell you anything that's gonna be impossible, but these are things that we want you to do so that you can move forward towards your financial freedom. Now, also, you must know that every American family, the average American family, will travel at least once per year. So with that, you're able to take vacations and do that. Purchase it from yourself and get paid to do it. That's $18 a night. That's at Disney World. Couldn't you see yourself picking up a couple of friends? This place sleeps 10. Couldn't you pick up 9 or 10 friends, family members? Y'all go out and do that. You purchase a trip. They pay you, and then you get the check for doing it. Y'all have to tell them I told you. Now, how do you make money in my econ? Let's go through it. First, you got to use the strategies, and then you build a team. Now, some people just want to use the strategy, but there are people in the room that want to make money with my econ. Are there people in the room that want to make money? I hear a little noise. Well, how do you do that? The first thing you do is you get your first 2 people. When you get your first 2 people, you're bonus qualified. Then after that, every 7 people that you get into the business is a $1,000 bonus check. And I've received a $1,000 bonus check. I'm going to tell you, it'll make you smile real big. It'll make you feel like even though December had Christmas, you'll feel like it was Christmas again. Now, that was a joke. Get your first 2 people and then unlimited bonus for every 7 people that you get into the business. That's how you make money with my econ. We talked about the cash flow strategies. This is a simple system. It's $1 million system that shows you a GPS for how you get out of your financial debt. Now, how many of you all know that if Portia goes to Dallas, Portia isn't just going to drive to Dallas on her memory? Probably not. She's going to put it in what? She's going to put it in GPS. Well, this is the GPS to your financial success because it shows you what you need to pay, how much to pay, when to pay it, and how long it's going to take you to get out of debt. And anybody in this room, if you're in my econ, you can plug your personal information into this system, and you'll have a lock-key, turnkey system plan of how you get out of debt and how long it'll take you to be there. And I know some of y'all probably want to do that. Now, this young man right here is somebody that you all know. Who is this? This is Albert Einstein. And he didn't create the Rule of 72, but he made the Rule of 72 very popular. What we want to do is talk about the Rule of 72. It talks about investing from a compound interest standpoint. We're going to start off, just for example purposes, with $10,000. Now, be clear on this. You don't have to have $10,000 to invest, but we're just using this for a solid example. Now, what the Rule of 72 says is you take the amount of money that you're going to be investing in a percentage, you divide that percentage by 72, and that gives you the number of years it takes your money to double. So if you have money invested at 4%, it's going to take 18 years for your money to double. So if you start off with $10,000 at the age of 30, by the time you get to retirement age, which is the age of 66, you have $40,000 that you would be able to retire on. Is that enough to retire? You sure? Y'all say it's not. Now I want you to know something, that the average American citizen tries to retire off about that much money because they don't have the financial education. So what we want to do is give you the financial education. The average African American tries to retire off about $5,000 when they're age 66. So we want to change those numbers. I know a lot of you in the room are like me. You want to change that situation so that you can get your retirement. But not only that, some people are having to retire and then you see them working another job. They're not doing that because they want to. It's because they're forced to. So let's go a little further. At 6%, our money doubles every 12 years. So at 30, we got $10,000. And then we move down to the age of retirement. Now we have $80,000. Is that enough to retire off of? It's not enough to retire off of. How long did you retire off $80,000? 2 or 3 years, then you'll be back what? Working another job, probably like, you know, in your old age, and you should be somewhere enjoying your money and your investment. Now we want to look at something here. It's 12%. How long does it take your money to double? Can't hear y'all. 6 years. Money doubles in 6 years at 12%. Now this is the banker's secret. What the banks do is they're gonna get at least 12%, anywhere between 8 to 12%. They're gonna get at least 12%. So your money's gonna be doubling every 6 years. So you put your $10,000 in the bank at age 30, and want to show what the bank's gonna get when they invest your money. 30 years old, $10,000. Now at age 42, they got your $40,000, and so they give you your $40,000, smack you upside the head, and tell you to get out of their face. And then they keep collecting money. 48, 54 is 160, age 60, 320, and then at the age of 66, your money has grown to $640,000. Is that a lot of money? Now, is that enough money to retire for? Now, that is enough money to retire for, but do you see that your $10,000, when it's invested at 12%, it can grow to $640,000 over the same amount of time? We call it the banker's secret because we at MyEcon teach you, go out and get that 10%, go out and get that 12%, and we show you where those investments are. How many of y'all think would be interested in something like that? Great. Well, see, MyEcon is not a $179,000 decision. It's actually a $640,000 decision because that's the type of money that you have in your own pockets right now. So, moving forward, I don't want to just show you the Rule of 72 and old Albert Einstein. I want to show you something that happened in 2015. This is an actual Regions Bank account from someone that's a Regions Bank customer. Now, they had $10,000 in the bank, and what was the return on their investment? I can't hear y'all. It was 8 cents. That's a little bit over a penny for every $1,000. And this is the type of situation that people are having. They're putting their money in regular bank accounts because they don't know the banker's secret. They don't know that they can invest that money 10 times. But when we get that power in our hands, it gets us excited because we give you the power to change your financial future just through joining a powerful company called MyEcon. So, with that, I want to let you know something. Don't let a social decision steal your wealth. What does that mean? A lot of times when you come to something like this, you feel like, well, that sounds a little different. I never heard it like that before. Or you may want to go talk to mom, or you may want to go talk to dad, or your uncle, or your cousin. And they'll say, girl, I wouldn't do that. That sounds like one of those things. It sounds like that might be a pyramid. It's the first of the year. You got to look out, girl. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't listen to somebody that's skeptical. Who do you want to listen to? Somebody that has the financial education behind them? Or would you want to listen to someone that's skeptical and their bank account may look a little skeptical? You want to listen to somebody who has financial education, who's doing the work, has the software, the system, and the support. Now, don't let a social decision steal your wealth. If you're in the room this morning, either you're a 3, or you're a 2, or you're a 1. A 3 says thanks but no thanks. I'm kind of listening to what you're saying, but I'm kind of loving the struggle right now. I'm gonna just keep what I got going. Now, 2 says, you know what? I like this. I'm ready to make a change. It's 2016. I like those strategies. I like the education. I'm ready to put it to work in my own personal income. I got a job going, and I can change my financial future. That's a 2. They're ready to do that. Now, 1 says, hey, I'm all in. I know 3 people, maybe 10 people right now that need this information. I want to share it. I want the strategy. I want the education. You could have stopped. Marcus, you didn't even have to come up here. Kevin could have just said, everybody come on to the front. You know, that's me. I'm a number 1. So if you're a 3, I want to tell you, hey, thank you for being out here. Appreciate you. You didn't have to come. You listen. If you're a 2 and a 1, I'm going to bring up Miss Candace Woodruff. She's going to come up now and just tell you exactly what we want you to do this morning.
Hello, John Jordan. Good. Didn't they do awesome?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take about a couple minutes to do some question and answer. Kevin, can you come back up? Any open questions that you may have right now is the perfect time for me to not be blind. There we go. Right now is the perfect time for any open questions. So anyone, feel free. Go for it.
I had a question. Earlier, you agree with the IRS form? How much to lose? I noticed that it said 2005. So, is it more now than 10 years later?
Yeah, now it's around $120 a week. The people like, I mean, with inflation and things like that, you know, it's about $120 a week. The people lose way too much. It's way too much now.
$20 was a lot for me, so.
It's around $100 right now. Way too much. And it's probably more than that because when you invest your money, you're losing too. Like, what most people don't understand is that when you don't get your money back, you're giving the government an interest-free loan. I mean, if they're going out, investing your money, making money off your money, and they turn around at the end of the year and give you the difference, or you got to pay more with money in. That's how it works. So by not changing W-4, we have people that's scared to do it. By not changing it, you're giving away all your wealth.
Excuse me.
I was scared at first too, so don't. I was scared at first too, but once I learned this stuff, it really helped me. I'm not scared.
Do you have any other open questions? If not, we're gonna take a couple minutes.
I have a nephew, he's probably about 25. He's still staying at home, and I was telling him about my income. He was wondering how can he benefit from the deductions from home by still staying at home with mom and dad.
You want me to go? Oh, sure, I'll go. So basically, if he pays bills, then he'll be able to benefit because they can send him like receipts. It's real simple, buy a receipt book, and that'll be his proof, and he can enter the information that way. All the IRS wants to know is documentation. So regardless of whatever documentation it is, we can show him how to do that process, and it's really simple for where he lives.
And on top of that, the home expense is small compared to the mileage, the food, the vacations. That's a small portion. The cell phone, the other 450. That's a small portion.
Absolutely.
So.
And then my income is not just about the tax deduction either. Investing is a big part because time, as a 25-year-old, is the best thing that we can do for ourselves is start investing early. So with that, investing and then learning about business in general, so the education side within itself is worth it. So deductions is one side, but my income is way bigger than that. That's a great question. Anyone else? All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. In order for us to speak with you, we have that you may have any personal questions. We'll speak with you.